Alright, so today I decided to go to the park and learn how to Ollie. So I actually know how to Ollie, but I kind of rolled my ankle if you guys watch my other videos, so I'm trying to learn how to skate switch. And you can see the shoe's pretty messed up. So I got all dressed up and prepped and ready to go. I feel like I'm going on a field trip. So right off the bat, I put the wrong foot on the board, and then I realized I gotta skate switch, so now I gotta skate goofy. And riding around, it feels a little awkward, almost like trying to write with your left hand, like you know how to do it, but it's just gonna feel a little awkward, so the more I do it, the better it'll feel, I'm guessing. Welcome to my skate park that used to be a little skate park and is now a tiny little tennis court. And this is where we're gonna be starting and training. First thing I want to do is just kind of get used to standing on my board in the goofy stance, which is switch now, and practice the pop and the slide, just like how I learned how to Ollie regular. So lots of just popping the tail down, sliding my foot up, getting used to the curling of my ankle and sliding up motion. Trust me guys, doing this little motion thing really helps you get comfortable doing it and getting comfortable doing it while actually trying to do the Ollie. Because once you like train your ankles and muscles to do that thing, it's a lot easier to do it unintentionally, like not even thinking about it. And then I of course try to do an Ollie and it's pretty rocketed, so this is where I actually start trying to do a few just standstill Ollies. I've done some in the grass and the carpet, but the grass doesn't really give you a good pop, so I think it's best to actually pop on concrete or at least something flat and hard so you can actually get a good pop. But as you can see, like my form's not terrible, but it's because I kind of know what Ollies feel like doing them regular, so trying to do it switch wasn't too hard to kind of get the grasp of. But a few of them are pretty bad, some of them level out, but most of them are pretty rocketed and they're not very high off the ground. So I do a little tic-tacs towards the camera and try to get more comfortable skating goofy and making my body weight kind of go that way. Because I think I'm not jumping high enough because it feels weird leaning my body weight towards my right side instead of to my left. I also heard if you do manuals and stuff, it helps you get more better on the balance and balancing your weight for Ollie. So I tried to do a few switch manuals too. So those weren't too bad, but as you can see, the Ollie was still pretty rough. So on to the second stage of learning. I like to hold onto a fence or maybe like a car or something and just lift kind of my weight up onto the fence so I can actually focus on the motions of my feet and jumping high and seeing what my feet actually do once I get comfortable doing it. This just takes off the fear of having to jump up and trust yourself over your board, so you can kind of hang onto the fence and not worry about falling, not worry about jumping too high because you're holding yourself there. So this is a good way, I think, to learn a lot of tricks. You can kind of practice your footwork, watch your board, see what it does, but then not worry about flinging, slipping off, or doing anything sketchy because you're literally holding onto a fence, keeping you safe. And I think this always helps me learn new tricks. It always gets me more comfortable, and I feel like after doing that a few times, this next one actually wasn't too bad. It made me feel confident to finally try some rolling at a decent speed. And when I say decent, apparently I mean really slow, because I still don't trust myself to skate, switch, and do tricks. So here's a few of my slow moving Ollies, just trying to get used to doing them while moving, and that one was probably the worst one. I actually had to stop and do one standstill again to kind of remind myself, like, hey, you know how to do it somewhat, so don't get scared just because the wheels are rolling. And then I got a few decent ones. You know, it's weird to get my body used to the balance that way, but that one I did standing still felt really good. I feel like I can do them fine. Now let's see how hard it is to do it with timing. That's right. My rolling Ollies felt so comfortable apparently at that moment that I decided to Ollie over this line and see if I can Ollie, switch, and do it at a specific time, as if I was going to Ollie over something or over a gap or whatever. So I'm practicing just trying to Ollie over this blue line on the tennis court. Conveniently, I needed it because it wasn't actually too bad. The timing wasn't too bad, honestly, besides this last one. And for some reason I thought I made it over, but it was terrible on the camera. I feel like my timing and everything is actually good. The fact that I know how to skate regular, I think it's helping me with like the fear aspect of it. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel comfortable like Gotta get used to my weight going that way, so I think I'm gonna do some things to get used to standing on the board switch. So like I said, I need to get more comfortable landing on my board switch and riding switch. So I like to just kind of throw on my skateboard and run and jump on it switch. This gets my body kind of used to like landing on it as if I was gonna be doing tricks. So just running, jumping on it switch, and then kind of rolling around, doing some ollies again to practice some, and then obviously some tic-tacs. Just trying to get my board comfortability, like my comfort of skating switch better. That way I just feel a lot better on my board. To put the cherry on top at the end of the day, I decided to challenge myself on something that seemed pretty impossible, which was to ollie over every single one of these blue lines. But I realized there was like no rolling space to even get started, so I could never get enough speed. I feel like if I had enough speed, I'd be able to do it. And I kept just rolling from like right next to it. So after these fatal attempts, I finally decided to start in the corner and actually get a decent amount of speed. And I got to ollie over these two pretty badly, but clean. And then I had to kick for this last one, but I feel like if they were little sticks, I would have made it. That was a lot harder than I thought, but it's definitely feeling more comfortable, so just gotta do 1,000 of them, I guess. And apparently, that's where I decided to end that video. No good ending at all. But hopefully that helped you guys kind of see the process of what I do to learn how to ollie, and maybe it helped you want to go and learn how to ollie, or helped you come with more ideas to practice your ollies if you're learning how to ollie. So if you guys are learning how to skate, let me know in the comment section and we can learn together and be skateboard learning buddies or whatever. So yeah. If you guys like this stuff, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.